Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got breaking news coming out from Israel to share with you. So, if you guys remember late last month, I believe it was on October 25th, we had Israel carrying out their retaliation strike against Iran, supposedly only targeting military sites inside of their nation. We heard that missile production facilities were targeted, also drone production facilities. Primarily, only military sites were targeted. We didn't hear anything about maybe their oil and gas industry being targeted or nuclear facilities supposedly were being spared, right? Well, we have this huge report coming out today that Israel supposedly hit Iran's Talegan 2, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, nuclear research facility back in October when they launched this attack, okay? And on this photo that you see here, this is a photo of the Parchin military complex, and it's roughly 20 miles southeast of Tehran, the capital of Iran. And on the bottom right corner of your screen, you can see Talegan 2. Okay, and this supposedly was a research site that was being used. It was an active top secret nuclear weapons research site, supposedly being destroyed. Now, this photo is supposed to indicate that this building was completely destroyed. As we can see on the top left corner of your screen, 3 other buildings at this same site, the Parchin military complex, were hit and destroyed. Now, supposedly, again, this was supposed to be a top secret facility, okay, that was destroyed by Israel. And how would Israel know that this is a nuclear site if this was supposed to be top secret, okay? So that's the big question here. So this may indicate that potentially Israel knew that this was a active research site currently, and this is exactly why they struck this, okay? So I want to talk about this some more today, and I've got photos that I can show you also over on X to go in more in depth. We'll also look at this one on the big screen as well. So let's hop on over real quick to the Jerusalem Post, and let me give you some more information regarding this story. So it says here, IAF hit secret Iranian nuclear research facility during October operation, according to a report. The strike dealt a severe blow to Iran's nuclear development efforts, according to the officials cited in the report. This is coming out today, November 15th, 2024. So we'll scroll down here and it says the Israel Air Force allegedly struck one of Iran's secret nuclear research facilities as part of an operation that took place at the end of October, according to a Friday Axios report that cited former and current U.S. and Israeli officials. According to the report, the attack caused significant damage to the site in the Parchin military complex, about 20 kilometers southeast of Tehran. So, 20 kilometers, not miles southeast of Tehran. The strike dealt a severe blow to Iran's nuclear development efforts, the officials cite in the report claim. So, it looks like it was a major strike that definitely potentially hindered Iran's ability to continue their nuclear development program. It says here the facility was allegedly part of the Iranian Ahmad nuclear weapons program until 2003. It was then used for testing explosives needed to set off a nuclear device, a report added, citing the Institute for Science and International Security. So if you guys remember the first 2 days, I want to say, after Israel carried out their strike, we heard that Iran was coming out and saying, well, nothing really happened. It was very minimal damage. Everything is fine. And then soon after that, we started to hear from the IRGC that they were going to have to respond due to massive damage in their country, that apparently the damage was too big to ignore, is kind of what they said. This was a picture that came out that day showing something being destroyed inside of Tehran or close to Tehran. Not sure if it was this facility that was hit here in this photo, but definitely something was struck when Israel carried out this strike. I showed this picture to you guys on that day or the day after the strikes took place. So Iran declines to comment. Axios also noted that a former Israeli official briefed on the strike said Israel destroyed sophisticated equipment that was required and necessary for the nuclear devices. Additionally, the report said that Iran has allegedly denied using nuclear weapons. It also mentioned that the Iranian mission to the UN declined to comment on the Axios report. So very interesting information that we're hearing coming out today. And again, what we heard prior to Israel carrying out these strikes onto Iran is that supposedly they were going to not target Iran's nuclear facilities. Okay, we heard their nuclear sites would not come under attack, and then we also heard their oil and gas industry would not be targeted. But we did hear within 24 to 48 hours of these strikes taking place inside of Iran that we did have one oil storage tank that was empty. Supposedly, that may have been destroyed by an Israeli Air Force fighter jet. And that was supposedly a message potentially being sent over to the Iranians to let them know they could strike their oil and gas industry if they wanted to. But we did not hear anything about their nuclear programs being destroyed or attacked in any way. But supposedly this may have happened. Okay, so now let me show you a couple things over here on X. We also have a picture here of this Parchin military complex. So it says here from Ozen Defender, according to Axios, who quoted 3 U.S. officials and 2 Israeli officials, an active top-secret nuclear weapons research site was targeted and destroyed during the Israeli strike operation against Iran, which occurred in late October. The site, known as Talegan 2, located within the Parchin military complex, roughly 20 miles, or supposed to be 20 kilometers, I believe, to the southeast of Tehran, was previously used for Iranian nuclear research and development, but was believed to have been inactive since around 2003. However, in the last year, both U.S. and Israeli intelligence had observed activity at the site, which suggested they had begun nuclear research once again, with the White House having issued a direct warning to the Iranian government in June about the activity and its potential consequences. Operations at the facility are believed to have only been known by a handful of Iranian officials, allowing Israel to send Iran a message that it knows more about its nuclear program than even its government. So here's a picture of the Parchin military complex. And earlier, this is the screenshot that you guys were looking at, was this area down here. So this is the Parchin, the Talegan 2, research facility that was struck, okay, for their nuclear weapons program, and a few of these other buildings. I think it was these 3 right here that were hit. So we'll go over to another post here that I'll show you guys. We'll kind of compare and go back and forth from Ozen Warfare. The late October Israeli attack on Iran targeted the Talegan 2 facility at Parchin, destroying sophisticated equipment used in nuclear weapons research, according to U.S. and Israeli officials. So here's that photo we were looking at earlier. Decided to pull it up full screen for you guys so we can see these destroyed buildings that we were looking at earlier, clearly showing and indicating that they were hit directly by the Israeli Air Force. And then the Talegan 2 was over here, located to this next to this long runway. So if we go back to this photo, we can see down here in the bottom right corner, this was the building of the research facility, the Talegan 2, that was hit. There you go, right there, next to this long runway that we can see here. Then these 3 buildings right here, 1, 2, and 3, were the ones that were hit right here next to this larger warehouse that you can see here. Looks like this warehouse may have taken some damage as well. So definitely looks like Israel may have targeted a nuclear weapons research facility as well. And if so, if this was the building, it was completely destroyed. So let me know, did this set Iran back in terms of their nuclear weapons research program? Very possible that maybe this is exactly why Iran came out soon after and was like, you know what, we're going to have to strike back against Israel. But I did report to you guys recently that it looks like Iran is going to stand down, at least for right now, and they're not going to strike back against Israel. Maybe in the future they will choose to, but right now it looks like due to potentially because Donald Trump is getting into office, that maybe they will not strike back against Israel. And we know that Donald Trump is most likely going to be very hard on the Iranians, maybe even try to topple the Iranian regime. We're going to see what's going to happen when Donald Trump gets into office, but he has been speaking very aggressively to the Iranians recently. So I just wanted to give you this information coming out over here. Looks like potentially that Iran could be set back in terms of their nuclear weapons research program. So let me know what you think down below. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.